Through 3 straight championship seasons, Chad Wienen has figured out a way to be consistent when other riders falter. At our last race in Texas, John NATALIE and Joel HETRICK showed the field around in Moto 1, with Wienen merely finishing 3rd. But in a rematch in Moto 2, Wienen was off to another mid-pack start, but would quickly make up ground and take advantage of mistakes of the lead group. As Wienen passed his rivals through, he'd go on to take the overall victory, while Joel HETRICK tried to fight back, ran into mechanical troubles. Wienen now has the points lead again. Who's going to stop him today at Muddy Creek? Yes, Muddy Creek Raceway outside of Bristol, Tennessee, host site of round 4 of the Mountain Dew ATV National Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. The Tennessee ATV National is a real home site for this championship. We race at all varieties of motocross tracks, but the Muddy Creek round has always been extra welcoming to the ATV set. And of course, down here in the Southeast, we have a lot of great riders and racing fans as well. This track a little bit tighter than some of the ones we've raced the last few weeks, like the very wide open Underground MX in Texas, our last event. So we'll see how that affects everyone. And of course, every weekend we not only have the pro riders who we'll be covering today, but a variety of amateur classes, youth, female divisions. But now we start to roll out the big names. Tyler Hamrick, an up-and-coming rider out of Ohio, the veteran Joe Bird. Brett Music here, 209, out of West Virginia. Jeff Rastrelli out of Florida, really coming on strong this year. Been a consistent podium guy. Thomas Brown on the Yamaha. He wants to be in this championship hunt, wants to get the first win of the year. Josh Upperman, always a contender, and a lot of fans lined up. Of course, there's your national champion 3 times and potentially counting, Chad Wienen. He's won the last 2 races. Let's check in with him and see if he can make it 3.
So we're here at round 4 for us at the pro class, and first 3 rounds have been races that we've never been to before, and this year this is going to be our first race that we've been to that we've been here before. So here at Muddy Creek, and this track is a lot more hard packed, more clay than what we're been able to race on the first 3 rounds. And my house is kind of the same way. It's got a lot of topsoil on it and some clays. So this year the competition's been very stiff, and with Joel, John, Jeffrey, and Thomas all really pushing hard, and they want to be where I've been able to be the last 3 years. And I'm just I kind of thrive off the competition, and I think it makes me work harder, and it's a lot of times I feel like the races are won not on the weekends that we race, but during the week. So it's going to be huge to get the starts this weekend, and if you can come out with a hole shot in one of the motos, it's a good chance you can be the victor. I'm just going to push towards that and focus on my starts, and try and extend my points lead this weekend.
One of the riders Wienen will have to extend the points lead over is John NATALIE. Won the season opener, the ATV Supercross at Daytona. He's 3rd in the points. Definitely a contender to win another championship.
Okay, after pulling off a 2nd place finish there at Underground just 2 weeks ago, went back to, actually stayed in Texas, went back to the Ford family house and trained at Green Acres MX there. It's kind of sandy there, so we really didn't have a lot of hard pack to train on, but we're familiar with what we got here at Muddy Creek. Usually ends up being a really nice hard pack track. Okay, years past here at Muddy Creek, I haven't always liked the way the track turns out by the end of the race. By the end of the race day, with all the quads out here on it, ends up really hard pack and blue groove. But hopefully what will happen is this track will turn around and be a really good track for this weekend for the pros, not only the pros, but the amateurs as well.
Well, they've got new dirt here trucked in for the weekend, so we'll see if it works out in NATALIE's favor. Got to watch the young gun, though. Joel HETRICK, always fast, always a threat.
Last round of Texas went well. I got 3rd overall. The first moto I won. Second moto came out. I got a good hole shot, was battling. Bike cut out in the face of the triple. Cased it, got a bar to the chest, and we're here. The track looks great. I'm used to it. I've been here multiple times in the past. Hard packed, and it's my style track. Hopefully a couple hole shots and I'll be up front and push for that points gap and try to close that up and get a podium and stay consistent.
HETRICK just 10 points behind Wienen in the standings, and NATALIE only 3 points further back. It's still anyone's championship and anyone's race. We'll be qualifying after this. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and by AMSOIL. Welcome back to Muddy Creek. Blountville, Tennessee has been hosting ATV racing for a long time, and the riders are happy to be back on familiar ground. Time for our qualifiers. We'll send the riders out for 2 practice sessions and tell you who had the fastest lap times. The good folks at ATVRiders.com will hand out a little prize award for the rider who's been fastest. And the 88 of Joel HETRICK, by the way, has been the fastest at the first 3 rounds this year. There's Chad Wienen airing out the big jump. They call that the bomber. Watch this thing. Yeah, big uphill triple. HETRICK, speed has never been an issue with this kid who had so much talent coming through the youth and amateur ranks, and he shows it every time we go out here in qualifying. And there's NATALIE, a little bit more calculated, definitely fast, but he turns it up when it's moto time. And then you've got the 84 of Thomas Brown, never to be counted out. The Texan is as aggressive as they come. Jeff Rastrelli here in the 728, really stepping up his game in 2015, has become a top 3 threat. Looking for a win. It's going to show you on board what it's like to do the triple. Nice. Josh Upperman here on the number 20. Switching teams this year, it has been a pretty smooth transition for him. He's been up front most of the races. Ronnie Higgerson here out of Illinois. Definitely has speed. We've seen it in spurts here and there, trying to get consistent, trying to do it every week. Maybe this will be one of the weeks where he's on. And then it's Nick Janusa out of New Jersey. Tyler Hamrick again. We showed you him at the top of the show. And here's the number 5, Vitu Casanave. Union City, Tennessee, listed as his hometown. So should be familiar with this clay-type soil here. And another Tennessee native, Silas Lamons, on the number 32. Always good to see a Suzuki up front, just getting over that big jump. 68 is Nick Cavagliasso. Every one of these guys airing out that bomber jump. I think that's just for fun more than anything else. Guy who had the most fun, though, is Joel HETRICK. Fastest in the first qualifying session and the second, 4 straight. ATVRiders.com fast qualifying awards for him. HETRICK is definitely on his game this year speed-wise, but is yet to get an overall victory. We have 2 motos racing today. The first one is coming up. Let's see who takes it. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and by AMSOIL. Getting them locked and loaded into the starting gates. It's the Tennessee ATV National here at Muddy Creek. I'm Jason Wygant to give you the call, and the best ATV motocross riders in the world have gathered. This is familiar stomping grounds for them all. We got the Rocky Mountain ATVMC helmet cam on Jeff Rastrelli. Let's go. Literally banging wheels through the first turn is Rastrelli. John NATALIE got the whole shot, no surprise. The Motorsport Baldwin Racing Machine has been fast off the line all year long. Looks like HETRICK already in second behind him, and Rastrelli with our helmet cam not too far off. This is Josh Upperman, also with an onboard. A rare bad start for him on the 20. And we've already got a battle on our hands. HETRICK not messing around, trying to transfer those fast lap times from practice into the moto. And Rastrelli is behind him, giving us a front row seat to it, and also hoping that these two slow each other up, and I think that's happening. They're all over the track trying to find lines. There's the bomber. Whoa, just able to get over it, and HETRICK, meanwhile, takes over the lead and bumps NATALIE, who's off the track and down. Oh, no, and he is down hard. I would like to believe, I think that was just a racing incident. HETRICK had the inside, and the line kind of carries you to the outside where NATALIE was. Now, NATALIE, of course, not going to back out of it. Didn't want to give up the lead. Man, I just hope he's okay. HETRICK now with the lead. Rastrelli in second on that Can-Am. And I think that's Thomas Brown on the Yamaha in third. Oh, Rastrelli now! Big mistake. Got up on the bicycle on 2 wheels in that corner, and that opens the door for Brown. Haven't seen Brown up front early in the motos much this year, so this will be a real test. We'll see if he can try to run down your leader, HETRICK. And Rastrelli wants to get him back. He just opened the door right up. And that's that clay soil that everyone's talking about here. You get that little cushion built up. Look, they are still on the left side attending to NATALIE, but I think I saw him getting up now onto his knees. Chad Wienen, terrible start in this one. 8th early, we have him in 5th now. And he's gonna have to just make the most of it. There's literally no chance of catching HETRICK straight up. He's gonna have to hope HETRICK makes a mistake to win the moto. But really, I think if you're Wienen, you're gonna try to just get as many points as you can. You're not gonna catch HETRICK from this far back. Unbelievable the speed that the number 88 has thrown down, and the rest of the guys behind him are hustling. But they've got a long way to go. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain ATVMX, and by AMSOIL. Well, Joel HETRICK means business today at Muddy Creek. Took the lead with an aggressive move, to say the least, on John NATALIE. Now, NATALIE is up and okay, and he has said really it was just a racing incident. As we go back to this battle, Ronnie Higgerson trying to hold off Chad Wienen for 4th, Jeff Rastrelli 3rd, Thomas Brown 2nd. And Wienen's now got an inside line on Higgerson down this long stretch. That should be enough to take over 4th, while HETRICK continues to put in the fast laps up front. There's Rastrelli in 3rd, but now he's going to have company from Wienen. And as you watch HETRICK on the HETRICK Racing corrosion-backed Honda, big shakeup in points. NATALIE is definitely out of this moto. So these rest of the guys, they've got an opportunity to get in it. NATALIE was 3rd in points coming in. Again, we hear no major injuries, but that's just scary to watch. Here's Rastrelli trying to get back. No, I thought he was trying to pass Brown, but it is Wienen down to the inside. Chad Wienen taking over 3rd. What a comeback for the champ. And this is where he makes his money. He is usually able to make the best of the bad situations, and that has really been the difference for him over these 3 championship years compared to everyone else. Now, Wienen used to be on the other side of the coin. They used to call him Wide Open Wienen in the whoop sections and the difficult jump combos. He was unbelievably fast, but not consistent week to week. Had some big injuries early in his career, but once he has figured the consistency game out, well, riders like this, Joel HETRICK, they are maybe able to match him on speed here and there. But Wienen just never has bad motos, and here he is starting in 8th, and on the last lap he's in 3rd and trying to get around Thomas Brown. Brown on the Moto Experts Yamaha. Now, he's formerly was teammates with Wienen. Now they're both Yamaha boys still, but different teams. Wienen on the SSI decals, Wienen Motorsports Walsh machine. Both Yamahas, both with Maxxis tires. But you can see Wienen wants around Brown in the worst way. Every point could count in this championship. Oh, he had a line down the inside. Not easy to stay there at speed, but he does it. Now can he hold it? Yes, he can. That's what championships are made of. Sticking on the inside there to make that pass easier said than done. But beating Joel HETRICK is going to be hard to do as well. All that effort. Wienen finishes 2nd, but a dominant first moto win for the 88. This time, though, he wants to follow it in Moto 2 and get an overall. See if he can do it after this.
Won the first moto, coming to the second moto. I'm pretty confident. The track was in my favor, so just got to get another good hole shot, and I think I'll be right up there for a podium spot for sure. And really like to get that 1-1 and pull some points on Chad, but I just want to come out of here safe and have a good race.
Ah, yes, you can tell Joel HETRICK knows consistency is everything. Stay safe in all the motos. He's won a couple of first motos this year, has not had the second ones go his way. It's cost him some overalls. He'll take the win if it's there, though. Let's see if it is. Upperman again with the Rocky Mountain ATVMX onboard. A notoriously tight first turn here at Muddy Creek. And the whole shot goes to HETRICK, so SSI decals money coming his way, and that is absolutely huge. Thomas Brown second. Looks like a 4th or 5th place start for Wienen. That's Upperman there, trying to figure out who is on his left. So is he, got pushed over the berm. Oh, and that cost him big. You lose any momentum on the opening laps of these races, and you're going to get eaten up. HETRICK, your leader. It's Joe Bird. There he is on the right, the number 7. That's the red machine, the Joe Bird Racing School's Honda. Ooh, going to be tough to clear the jump. Upperman just able to do it, makes up a little bit of ground, and that could allow him to get by Bird. Now it's side by side through a series of jumps. Right in front of that battle is this one, Brown and Wienen fighting it out again, just like they did in the end of Moto 1. Now it's early in Moto 2. A better start for Wienen this time. He's got to get on his horse. As badly as he wants to get around Brown, he knows the leader, HETRICK, is getting away. HETRICK looking for a 1-1. The Yamaha boys don't want to let it happen. They're fighting each other while trying to keep the 88 in check. Great racing here at Muddy Creek. Wienen trying to make it happen. And he does. Look out. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain ATVMX, and by AMSOIL. Things are about to heat up here at Muddy Creek Mountain Dew ATV Motocross Championship. Oh, Chad Wienen to the lead. I didn't expect it to happen this quickly. Going after HETRICK. HETRICK doing everything he can, scrubbing it, trying to stay low over the jumps to no avail. Chad Wienen has caught and passed Joel HETRICK, who won the first moto in dominant fashion and was the fastest rider in both qualifying sessions. Wienen really stepping up when he needs it. And now, will HETRICK play the consistency game for points, or will he try to get him back? A few weeks ago in Georgia, he tried to pass Wienen back, he crashed. That cost him dearly. Look at Wienen extending it just a bit. What a ride by the champ on the Wienen Motorsports SSI decals Walsh Yamaha. You've got HETRICK on the HETRICK Racing Corrosion Specialties bike right behind him. There is 3rd place Thomas Brown. Then it's Rastrelli and Upperman battling for 4th and 5th. HETRICK looks like he's settled in at halfway through this moto. No, he's not done. He's going to figure out what Wienen did to catch him as far as the lines he used. Now, it's easy to say, hey, just go fast enough to hang behind the champ and put the pressure on. That's a tall order. Wienen, you could say, arguably the fastest rider in the world, so that's what HETRICK has to do, try to stay at that pace and be relaxed enough to take it all in, but I think the kid is doing it. It's a pivotal moment here. Every year, we go into the season thinking this could be the year where HETRICK is able to match or maybe exceed Wienen in spots. So Wienen knows there's so much more than just points on the line in this moto. A one-on-one fight, that is so big for momentum and confidence in the mind games, and HETRICK looks like he wants back around. Here we go, through the gears, up over the bomber triple. Oh, HETRICK practically over-jumped it. Where did he get that kind of drive from? 2 laps to go. Well, they have pulled a massive gap over the rest of the field. This is going to be one of the best finishes we've ever seen. The 2 fastest in the game. The veteran champion and his young challenger at a track that's hosted so many classics. We've got another one here. Lap and a half to go. HETRICK, he's been working this outside line. He's going to get the drive. And he takes the lead back. Oh, and they're at the rev limiter over these jumps now. Wienen is going to have to get desperate. Gave it a look down the inside, couldn't hold it. Here's the big triple. And the fans going crazy with this. And HETRICK is starting to get away. White flag is out. What does Wienen have tucked away? Are there any lines that he has left? Have to wonder if HETRICK waited just late enough to where it was too late for Wienen to find something, but a couple of mistakes. Not gonna happen. HETRICK has not only passed Wienen, he is pulled away down the stretch. And this is a statement type of ride, the first overall win of the year for Joel HETRICK, and he does it straight up against the champion. What a race. Brown is going to finish third overall. Rastrelli and Upperman in the top 5. Let's talk to the leaders.
Got a first in the first moto. Second moto came out with another solid hole shot. Ran some solid laps. Chad got around me at the beginning. I found some good lines after following him for a while, and 2 card came out, and I put a hard charge on and got around him. It's just amazing to be able to run that laps with him and pass him and get the 1-1 and hold that points lead to 4 points behind now and going into High Point, my home state, so ready to rip it up and pull another 1-1 and get this points lead.
Man, second moto came out of start. I think I came out first corner on 4th, so I made some quick passes, got on Joel, and Joel started making some mistakes, and I got around him. I mean, it was before, I want to say before the halfway point, and man, I just kept my lines that I was running all day, and he caught onto some of my lines there and kind of put them together, and got around me with a couple laps to go, and fired me up, and stuck on his grab bar there until the end, and man, just fell a little bit short today. Kind of a little struggle all day, but I mean, I felt good on the machine, and looking forward to High Point to extend that points lead and get these points back.
Man, it was a battle. That first moto, I had a great race going, was sitting second. Chad came through the pack, and man, I handed the second place to him on the silver pallet. I just blew a turn 3 corners from the end, and cost myself. But any day up here on the podium is great, so I'm pumped. The Maxxis Yamaha Power Bar, more experts, is just doing great. Ripped great starts, the Max tires, just everything's hooking up, working together. The Fox shocks and Walsh components just on spot, and then Fly for keeping me looking fresh. Man, I can't thank everybody in my corner enough. Thank y'all, and look to seeing for everybody at High Point.
Here's your AMSOIL race recap. What a race it was. First moto, HETRICK goes to the inside on NATALIE. NATALIE gets on the gas, coming back onto the track, loops out and crashes. That ended his day. Chad Wienen here in the blue number 1, working his way forward after a bad start. He would finish second, but HETRICK was long gone by then. So a rematch in Moto 2. A little bit better start by Wienen. He had to make some moves. He would get to second and then take the lead from HETRICK. But HETRICK wasn't done with a lap and a half to go. He figured out where Wienen was going fast. He wins it not only by being fast, but being smart. This kid could be hard to stop. I'm Jason Wygant for everyone at RacerTV. Thanks for watching.